Welcome back, and we're here for the most exciting part of our program. Norm's special guest today, for sure.
I'd like to welcome Michael Murray, right winger with the Brockville Braves, third year with the Braves. Spent a little time at Canada.
Yep.
And probably, my judgment, the fastest forward in the league.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
And we haven't actually timed him, but he looks at, and I might even say, and we'll lead into another discussion, didn't look like you'd lost any speed when I saw you on Friday night. How'd you feel?
I mean, the knee feels pretty good. I've come back strong. I worked pretty hard at physio, and when I was out there, I've only missed about 4 weeks, so.
We'd like to give you an opportunity to describe what happened, Mike, because I remember the game.
Yeah.
And it seems to me that you were going to the bench or you were sliding by the bench, you got hit, the door opened.
Well, I was the puck got turned over. It was in the second, so we were in their end, and I was kind of back checking. I finished a check, and I'm not going to name any names, but whoever was running the bench door there,
they're usually the goaltender.
Yep. He opened the door, just kind of saw me out of the corner of his eye, and my foot went in, and I was going the other way. So
it looked pretty bad that evening.
Yeah, I didn't feel too good either.
No.
But you've made a pretty good recovery.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely lost some strength in the knee, but
yes.
I mean, I don't feel like I lost any speed, but a little conditioning's out, but it's coming back.
Well, that leads to two other questions that I want to ask you. First of all, we'll come back to the conditioning in a minute, but you had a bit of an accident earlier in the year, right?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Got a nice stick in the nose, and I mean, nothing I can really do about it with the visor, so.
Yeah.
But a couple more weeks with the cage, so my nose heals up, and then I'll be back to the visor.
Oh, good. So a broken nose, was it?
Yeah.
A broken nose, black eye.
Yeah.
With 2 black eyes.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
those are tough practices, eh?
We're battling.
Michael, how much time did you lose?
4 weeks with the knee. Yeah.
Yeah, that seemed to go pretty quickly, though. It seemed to me.
Not from
from
me.
your
No.
standpoint. No, it didn't.
No.
Right? But to me, you're snake bitten right now, aren't you?
Oh, am I ever?
I've seen you put the puck over the net, hit both posts, hit the crossbar, ding one off the goaltender's mask, and it's just unlucky play.
Yeah, I've changed curves, changed tape. I don't know what it is.
Okay, but just keep shooting because they're going to start going in, and when they do, you're going to reap the benefits.
Feels like I could have had 3 the other night.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, let's face it. You get yourself in position to have the scoring opportunity, and that's the important part of the whole game, is to get yourself into a position where you get the quality shot. You've had the quality shot. They just
not going in.
It's the hockey gods.
Yeah, they're not liking me right now.
Well, let's go back a little further than that. The other question that I wanted to ask you about was the off season. From the end of last year to this year, you seemed a little bigger, a little stronger. Did you actively engaged in something over the summer?
I mean, I worked out a bit more, but I don't know. I think it's my growing time. I put on 13 pounds this summer, and then I felt like I got faster. With track and field, I gained about a half a second in the 100-meter, and I don't know what it was, but it's nothing I can pinpoint. But I definitely.
But it worked.
Yeah, it worked.
It worked.
I mean, I did quite a few stuff. Worked a lot of hill training.
Yeah.
I felt that was a big thing, just kind of conditioning that way. I mean, I definitely lost it a little bit this month.
Yes. But I think the fans, we noticed we had a bigger, a better Mike Murray out there on the ice.
I definitely feel stronger out there, even now, compared to last year. In the corners and everything, I'm not getting knocked off the puck as much as I usually would. So,
Michael, how would you characterize this year's team? I mean, are the strategies any different? You've been with the team now for 3 years, and how would you characterize this team?
I definitely think we're, again, a fast team, like we have been kind of last year. But this year, I feel like we have more depth. I mean, our firepower we have up front's tremendous. Good. Yeah, like one of the best in the leagues for sure. So, I mean, we're not a pretty goal team. We're more of a hard-working, kind of get the garbage, and then once those roll in, our guys up front like Neil and Liam and Jack, they just kind of do their own work and get all the, I mean, they do have a lot of points, right? They're kind of our workhorses for those. But I wouldn't say we're a run and gun, but I think we have more finesse than that. But, I mean, we're definitely a hard-working, fast team.
I think you are a run and gun. I really do. I mean, you're not a large team, so you're not
No.
going to cycle the puck as much as others would. But I was very impressed early in the season with the defensive work of the forwards. Now, we talked a little bit earlier on this program that it's fallen. I shouldn't say it's fallen off. It needs to improve a little bit. There needs to be a little more energy coming back, because early in the year it was great. Just
Yes,
great.
all of those efforts, I think, are leveling off. Mike had an advantage on us, Norm. He was at the game in Carleton Place yesterday. We chose Mike not to discuss that game because we wanted to get it from the horse's mouth. You want to give us a little your take on the game from a player's perspective, because, as I said, we weren't there.
Honestly, it was probably one of our best games this year. I mean, Carleton Place is obviously a great team, and especially in their own rink, they haven't lost yet, right? So the first period, I mean, we were just kind of doing everything right, everything coach asked us to do, and they were working. And then bad bounces here and there, kind of missed assignments. Carleton Place capitalized on them. That's the team they are. But we played really well, both ends, and we got some bounces our way as well. And I mean, it was obviously a back and forth game kind of thing, but we were neck and neck with them. It kind of showed how we can be a top team in this league, like we think we are.
Yes, that back and forth thing, you guys were swapping goals, and unfortunately it was Carleton Place's turn, but it was overtime, so you didn't get the comebacker.
No, it was, again, just kind of a missed assignment that we definitely should have had, but nothing we can really do about it now. We get to look back. We know how close we are for next game, right? So we beat them already. They beat us, so it's our turn to beat them next time we play them. But, I mean, it was a fun game. It was an exciting one. I'm glad I was a part of this one. We got to come back early, but it's a tough loss for sure.
Well, a couple of things. One is neither team won a period.
No.
Except the overtime.
Yeah.
It was a 1-1 period, a 2-2 period, and a 1-1 period in the third period. So other than giving up 2 goals in 30 seconds, which not many people like to be reminded about, but you gave up 2 in 30 seconds, and that was the change in the game, obviously. You've had 2 games, both of them 5-4, one of them in overtime, and the other one should have been
pretty
close.
close.
Yeah,
There was only 17 seconds
Yes.
left when the winning goal was scored. But to me, you each took 5 penalties yesterday. That 2 and 30 seconds were, and I'm glad to hear you say that there were a couple of missed assignments, because I went and looked back at the replays, and you're right. There were a couple of missed assignments, and they resulted in goals, actually.
Yeah.
But it was a good game. It shows you can play with them. And even with the 4-1 game in Smiths Falls, you can play with them because you beat them 3-0. I mean, 2 top teams, you're competing with them.
And the thing about that Carleton Place rink, it's such a small rink, right? So
Yes.
those 2, it can happen. That could have been, once they got those 2 goals, they could have come back. But I'm glad we've kind of regrouped as a team, and that's kind of showed our identity there, that we have the ability to come back and not let that phase us.
Excellent effort.
Because those goals can come a lot quicker than that, right? In that small rink. So
Yes, and as the type of player that you are, do you small rinks don't work to your advantage? That you,
no,
I would think a fellow with your skating ability, something like Nepean is.
I really like Nepean's rink. There's a lot of room for me out there.
Yes.
I mean, I find the Carleton Place and the Cumberland, like those rinks they're fun to be in because you're always in the game, right? It's a fast game. I mean, yesterday, I don't know if you know, I played defense for a period because Cameron got hurt, karate. So I dropped back and kind of slowed it down. But It's a quick game in the small rink, yeah. Especially playing D, they come a lot quicker. I mean, I haven't played D in 3 years, but it was.
And Carleton Place is built for a small rink.
Yeah.
They're bigger. They're the plow horses out there.
Yeah, they do. And it's a good design for the.
Yeah, that's how he's designed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your home rink. You got to build your team
They have
around
the
it.
games there,
If
so.
Because that's where you're
have the-
playing half the
Yeah.
game.
Yes, yes. Well, thanks very much, Mike, for those insights and for coming back on the show. It was our pleasure, Norm, right, to have Michael back with us.
Yeah, and Mike, I'm wishing you well in the future because if you keep shooting, you always go to the net. I like that. You always go to the net, and that's where you're going to get the goals.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. It's been our time with Mike Murray. We'll be back briefly to discuss the Braves' upcoming game.